Welcome to VLearn Virtual Learning Network. This is session number 16 of Personal Administration and the topic is promotion. Topics to be covered are importance of promotion, meaning, need, types, principle, methods of testing merits for promotion, essential of good promotion policy, promotion system in India. Now come to the first topic, that is importance of promotion. For the government servant, promotion is a reward for his or her faithful and hard work. And if there are no chance of promotion for a servant, he will not work hard. He will search for a better job outside and leave the place where he is employed as early as possible. For many servants, the government service is a lifelong service. Now, civil service cannot be called as a career service without promotions. Without promotions, we cannot attract the best talents to join the government service. We cannot retain the most talented and potential persons in the service, and we cannot get the best from them for the service and for the nation. Promotion satisfied a natural human urge to make progress and advancement in life. Now, what is promotion? Meaning of promotion can be understood from two angles. For the government, promotion is a system of indirect recruitment, and for the government servants, promotion is an advancement from a lower post, class or service to a higher post, class or service involving higher duties, responsibilities and authority. It also means elevation in the status and increase in the salary for the employees. Promotion changes the rank status, designation and salary of an employee. When a junior assistant becomes a senior assistant, a deputy secretary becomes a secretary, a class 2 servants become a class 1 servant, that is called promotion. And promotion may mean change in the grade. Promotion may also be from one service to another higher service. Need of promotion in civil services. Civil services is a career services. A person who joins the civil services spends his lifetime in it. He makes progress and advances up in the service with the passage of time. From his recruitment as a younger person till his retirement as an old person, it is the chance of promotion which keeps him in the service. Promotion can also serve as reward for the servant. Human being is a growing creature. So, everybody wants to make progress and advancement in life and seeks recognition from others. These basic human urges of advancement and recognition should be satisfied by the organization where he is working. A sound promotion system, the feeling of belongingness in the servants. As the servants grow older in age, their families' responsibilities keep on increasing. Promotion gives them opportunity to satisfy their increasing material needs and give their best to the services. This also reduces the chances of the occurrence of malpractices and corruptions in the services. The services will not nurse grievances against the government. They would render more efficient, honest and faithful service to the government. Now, types of promotion. There are 3 types of promotions. First, promotion from a lower grade to a higher grade. Promotion from a lower caste to a higher class. Promotion from a lower service to a higher service. Now, principles of promotion. The principles of promotion needs to be established because in any government service, the opportunities for promotion are limited. Large number of servants working at a lower level wait for these few vacancies. In fact, only few of them are promoted to the higher positions and a large number of servants are denied the promotions. Following are the principles of promotion which are followed as alternatives or in combination. Principle of seniority, merit principle and seniority cum merit principle. Now come to the first point, seniority principle. Seniority means length of service in a particular post or scale of grade. The length of service or seniority is a sole basis in making promotions. According to it, one who has longer length of service must get the promotion. A seniority list can be prepared and order of precedence can be decided according to experience and age. The principle of seniority is very simple to apply. It gives respect to age and experience. It is the in accordance with the established practices in society. So everybody cannot become meritorious, but everybody is bound to become senior with the passage of time. It is safe for every employee, and therefore seniority principle is readily accepted by the staff as against the merit principle. Those who are senior are not necessarily fit for promotion. Experience is gained by a person in first few years of service, but afterward his experience does not increase indefinitely with the length of service. Seniority and experience are therefore not a rational criteria. All persons in a grade are not fit for promotion. Now, principle of merit. Principle of merit is contrary to the principle of seniority. This principle implies that most meritorious, best qualified and most competent persons must be selected for promotion to the higher post. In the civil service, higher positions means more powers, responsibilities, and it requires more competent and hard-working persons. Now, practical combination of seniority and merit principle. The general pattern of promotion is based on following lines. Promotion to the higher post are made on the basis of merit principle only. Promotion to middle level posts are made on the basis of seniority cum merit principle. Promotion to lower level posts are made on the basis of seniority principle. Now, methods of testing merits for promotion. The following three methods are employed for testing merit for promotion: written, oral examination, efficiency rating, personal judgment of the head of the organization. Now come to the first point, written and oral examination. In many countries, written examination is taken for promotion. It is an objective the authorities from the troublesome work of making judgment about individual employees. In many countries, departmental examinations are taken. Everybody who wants to promotion is required to pass the qualifying departmental examination. The system of written examination for promotion has some drawbacks. Also, the employees neglect their routine administration work because they are preoccupied with examination. Older and experienced employees cannot study and memorize things for examinations. Less experienced younger employees who are fresh from their college normally get more marks in written examinations compared to their experienced colleagues. Efficiency rate. It is an old and universal practice in the civil services to maintain the service record of each person. These service records are known by various names like confidential report, service hook, personal record or personal files, etc. In the past, these records were mostly used to locate a person with bad records and to keep him away from promotion. The efficiency rating system is most useful for finding the most able and efficient person for promotion. It is a fair and reliable system of rewarding the most efficient person and eliminating those who are comparatively less competent. It not only reward merit but also a careful and faithful service. Efficiency is rated on the basis of service record. Records are maintained in respect of all employees. Assessments is done on the basis of some qualities, traits, performance, output records, evidences or checklist, etc. Now, efficiency rating. Qualities or traits like knowledge of work, personality, judgment, initiative, accuracy, willingness to take responsibility, neatness, punctuality, organizing ability, etc. or output of the employees is rated as below: outstanding, very good, satisfactory, indifferent, poor. Now, personal judgment of the head of the organization. In this system, merit is determined by the head of the organization. The head or the boss knows everybody. He has personal understanding about the overall performance of each and every employee working under him, and at the time of promotion relies upon his own personal judgment and makes promotion of the persons of his own choice. It encourages politics and psychophanetisms and administration sycophants and surrounds the head of the office all the time. As a result, there is a lot of inefficiency, insecurity and uncertainty among the workers. This system of promotion left to the judgment of the head of the office is mostly followed in the business and industry but is not very common in the civil service. Essentials of a good promotion policy. Civil service is a career service. It offers lifetime job to the capable persons, provide opportunities for them for growth and advancement. Only good promotion system can make this possible. and only a fair promotion policy ensures supply of capable and competent persons for filling up higher positions without any breakdown. Now, following are the essentials of a good promotion policy: that it must be well planned, it must be clear and sound classification of the civil services post or grades in each service or class must be arranged in a hierarchical manner, and line of promotion and rule of promotion must be clearly laid down in advance. Promotion system in India. The question of promotion was first discussed during the British Raj in the India in the year 1669, when the principle of seniority was accepted for promotion by the East India Company. The Charter Act of 1793 clearly accepted the principle of seniority for promotions in the civil service. This principle remained in force till the enactment of the Indian Civil Service Act 1861. In independent India, the matter of promotion received attention in 1947 itself. First Pay Commission recommended that direct recruitment and promotion system must be combined for filling up the positions in the civil services. The Second Pay Commission also recommended the principle of merit for filling higher level posts and the principle of seniority cum fitness for middle and lower levels in administration. There are some shortcomings in Indian system of promotion. Heads of the department deliberately exclude some persons from the list of potential competitors. Personal records of the employees are not maintained satisfactorily, and impartiality. Employees are not informed about the vacancies to be filled up by promotions. Seniority is given too much importance instead of merit. Now there are some questions on the basis of this session, that is, first, why promotion necessary in the civil services? Second, discuss the disadvantages of promotion system based on the personal judgment. That's it for this session. Thank you. Happy learning, we learning.